Starting on the point out of Plymouth, Mass. The Newcomb's Tree Service Lund Collision number 71 for Paul Newcomb.
Outside of Newcomb in car number 27 from West Newton, Mass. The EC Hathaway and Associates. Federal Tires, Dion's Fine Wines and Spirits, number 27 for Luke Lebron.
Starting third on the grid, out of Bristol, Rhode Island, the Century Sheet Metal, Amaral Roofing, Power Stretch Carpets, Cabral's Gourmet Chicken, number 13 for Rowdy Jacob Burns.
Next up on the field is car number 18X. Behind the wheel is first. Car number 18X, excuse me, from Millville, Mass. The RJ's Plumbing and Heating Machine, the number 18 for RJ Marcotte.
Starting fifth on the grid is the 18RI out of Mapleville, Rhode Island. I would welcome to the Legends for Corey Fanning.
Salem, Connecticut brings us the number 51. He'll start outside row number 3. From Salem, Connecticut, it is John O'Sullivan.
Car number 38 lines up on the inside of row number 4. Out of Wolcott, Connecticut, the Mohawk Northeast, Arbitel Convenience Stores, Craig Shine Perfection Detail and Supply, number 38 for Connor Holderback.
J&J Auto Service and Queen Construction are the proud sponsors of car number 7. From North Smithfield, Rhode Island, it's Brendan Hammond.
Ninth on the grid is car number 17. Out of Tiverton, Rhode Island, the distinctive auto body Moe's Moving Viper Graphics machine for Reagan Parent.
Lisbon, Connecticut brings us car number 25, starting 10th on the grid. On the podium last Friday night, Jordan Churchill.
Great run last week for this driver out of Rehoboth, Mass. The Daffodils Gift Shop of Dighton and Lynn's Propane Trucks, number 15 MA for Jake Johnson.
Off his first career Legends car win last Friday night on the outside of row number 6. From Terryville, Connecticut, the number 65 for Wade Emke.
On the inside of row number 7 out of Dartmouth, Mass. is car number 03 for Derek Luchacki.
Former Bandolero champion in car number 64 from Oakland, Rhode Island, the Deshays Motorsports. No Limit Trucking, Superior Insulation, number 64, it's Devin Deshays.
15th on the grid, car number 42 out of Dighton, Mass. The Exotic Race Tanning, DF Tree Service, Chaz's Auto Body, Higher Graphics, and New England Recycling Machine for Mason Tessier.
8 rows back on the outside, the Monroe Dairy, J&J Auto Service, Titan Vet Services, number 38. From East Providence, Rhode Island, it's Connor Souza.
Starting 17th on the grid out of Seekonk, Mass. The First Ford Studio 10 and Harkin Construction, number 7 MA for Giovanni Ruggiero.
Car number 39 rolls off next on the grid from Taunton, Mass. The Nick's Pitstop Legends machine for Richard Reagan Jr.
Out of Auburn, Mass. Lining up 19th, the Polar Beverage, number 24 for Matt Carpenter.
Parker Sanitation and Keller Motorsports are the proud sponsors of car number 79. From Attleboro, Mass. It's Jeff Wood.
Starting 21st out of Plymouth, Mass. He's got one win on the night already. The Newcomb's Tree Service Lund Collision, number 22 for Isaiah Newcomb.
Outside of Newcomb is car number 11. Car number 65, excuse me, Mike Floyd behind the wheel of that machine.
23rd on the grid is the 1/2 car. The driver, Jacob Parham.
Car number 11 on the outside of the next row, behind the wheel of the Discount Welding Machine from West Warwick, it's Nick Frechette.
Starting 25th on the grid is car number 06 for Brad Matheson.
Yeah, from East Greenwich, Rhode Island, car number 75, starting 26th on the field, it is Tom Murray.
And rounding out the grid, the number 78 for Jake Sylvia.
That is the way they're going. 30 laps for the next pit stop. Legends, ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to go when they come back around. Some of the most exciting, hardest, quickest, and sometimes frustrating racing you're going to find out there on the racetrack. On the point, the 71 of Paul Newcomb. Luke Lebron on the outside of the front row. We're ready to rock and roll. Roddy Burns, third on the grid. Off of 4. There's a green flag. Marcotte, fourth row underway.
Down into turn number 1. To the point still. Paul Newcomb, what a run off turn number 2, down into 3, single file, your top 3, battle for 4th between the 18s.
Marcotte up on the outside, Fanning on the inside, make that the middle as he gets kicked up. The 38 of Holderback slides on by, battle for the lead, down into turn number 3. Lebron down to the inside lane, he'll pick up the top spot and lead lap number 2.
Luke Lebron to the point as he races down through 1 and 2, getting by Newcomb. Newcomb now feeling the pressure from the 13 of Burns, and here comes a big move from the 38 of Holderback through 3 and 4.
Holderback takes over the spot, and they had a jam in the binders. The 17 of Reagan Parent, the 15 of Jake Johnson right there down on the inside as they head down the back straightaway. Battle for 5th, down into turn number 3, battle for 2nd off of 4.
Down off the corner they come. Newcomb to the outside. Holderback to the inside. The 38 of Connor Holderback fast early on as he takes 2nd right away. But here comes Jake Johnson as he just makes a move into 4th.
Johnson moves up to the 4th spot. Reagan Parent follows him through up inside the top 5. Battle for 3rd. Johnson on a tear down low. Takes the spot away. Sets his sights on the top 2.
The ones running up front last week are making their way back up to the front very quickly as LeBron continues to lead on lap number 6, feeling the pressure from Connor Holderback. Jake Johnson right there in 3rd, and here comes Reagan Parent in 4th.
A little bit deeper in the pack, you've got the 65 of Wade Henke battling with the 25 of Jordan Churchill and the 38 of Connor Scissors. They head down into turns 1 and 2. That is a battle for 11th, 12th, and 13th down into 3.
Jake Johnson battling for 2nd. He rides it hard right to the outside through 3 and 4. Alongside, Holderback down through 1 and 2, and on the back, he battles for 2nd into 3.
Down into 3 and 4. It's a 3-car dogfight. Trouble down the back straightaway. The 71 of Paul Newcomb spins down to the infield grass. We're under caution for the first time. Caution flag out for Paul Newcomb, who has a back end snap out from underneath him down the back stretch. And 8 laps in, we are slowed up. Had a chance to talk to Luke Lebron earlier this afternoon as he was getting ready for tonight's action. He's been strong everywhere he's run. He's won already a few races running for national INEX Legends points. Now, why would you do that? Well, because you can. The INEX Legends are the same throughout the country, whether you're running them in Maine, Michigan, or Minnesota. They're all the same, Florida to California, and even overseas. So you can run for national points. You go where the points are. Kind of like Richie Evans back in the 70s and early 80s when he ran from track to track. He was running for national points under the NASCAR rules. Well, INEX does it for themselves. So when you go to a place like Seekonk Speedway or White Mountain Motorsports Park or any of the points in between throughout the country, wherever you race, wherever you finish under the INEX sanction, well, those are the points you get. Luke's been running for national points, and he has been successful early on. He's already won a handful of races. And the ones he hasn't won, he's been strong. The biggest headache he has is what happened here last Friday night. Had a good run going and found himself the victim of an incident on the racetrack and sidelined early on. Tonight, started on the outside of the front row and has led the first 8 laps, but they get harder as they go along, because now when he looks to the right, he'll see Jake Johnson, the 2016 Nick's Pitstop Legends champion, the youngest non-youth division champion in the history of Seekonk Speedway. At the age of 14, he picked up the title. Looks behind him, and a couple of other strong runners in Connor Holderback and Reagan Parent. Then you've got Jacob Burns and Corey Fanning right there. It looks like the 0-3 of Glitchaki got the call for the assist. He's fallen to the tail end. Caution lights are out. And we're ready to get back to action when they come back around. Luke Lebron on the point. Jake Johnson on the front row. Connor Holderback and Reagan Parent, row number 2.
off turn number 4. Green flag back in the air, and it's Lebron. Down on the inside, 4-car. Quick breakaway through the corner. They've got speed. Jake Johnson on that outside lane, flying in the 15 into turn number 3. He's to the outside of Lebron.
9 laps complete this time by top 300 blanket. Make it top 4 as Reagan Parent throws his hat in the mix. And Jake Johnson puts his number 15 to the top of the leaderboard for the second week in a row. Here comes Connor Holderback. A good run down on the inside. He takes over, or tries to take over the second spot, with Reagan Parent glued to his back bumper.
Down the back they go. 3-car battle for that second position as Jake Johnson attempting to check out from the rest of the field. He'll cross a lap right off the board. Holderback into second, and that battle for third heating up between Lebron and Parent.
Side by side they go. Lebron up on the outside, the white number 27, the white 17 of Reagan Parent. They play bumper tag, or tire tag, if you will, as they head down into turn number 1. They are door handles on the back straightaway. A little further back, Jordan Churchill, that white and black number 25, slicing and dicing his way up on the outside. Battles with Connor Souza around the 18 of Corey Fanning. He's worked himself up into 6th on the leaderboard.
Don't forget, Churchill last week was part of that elite trio in last week's race between himself, Reagan Parent, and Jake Johnson, who battled for that lead until that last lap wreck. So Churchill firing back, making his way through the field.
A great battle continues to rage on for third as we've hit the halfway point. 15 down, 15 to go. Reagan Parent throwing it hard through the corners. Look at Lebron from the top to the bottom. Gets to the inside with a crossover move. Caution is out. 1 car sideways in the middle of turns 1 and 2. And it looks like that may be the 18 of R.J. Marcotte.
It is Marcotte as he's able to get it fired back up and looks to turn it around and rejoin the field. But some great racing up front for these Nick's Pit Stop legends. When they're ready to put on a show, they put on a great one. Jake Johnson to the lead early off that restart with the speed he has in that 15. He had it last week, did not end the way he wanted it to, but he's brought it back this week. Familiar faces around him though. Reagan Parent, the 38 of Connor Holderback, the 27 of Luke Lebron, 13 of Jacob Burns, and there's Jordan Churchill in the 25, making his way up to that 6th position where he sits now. This has been a battle.
Greatest, the most exciting battle I've been watching is that battle for third between Reagan Parent and Luke Lebron. Luke ran the outside for many, many laps with Reagan on the inside. Reagan was finally able to squeeze on by and close in to that 3rd spot, but all but briefly, because as they went through turns 1 and 2, Lebron had a crossover move that put him back to the inside, finds himself 3rd in the running order. 15 down, 15 to go. Kyle Souza gives the field a 1 to go signal. Jake Johnson and Connor Holderback ready to bring the field down. Luke Lebron, Reagan Parent, row number 2. Then you've got Jacob Burns having a great run on that 13. We haven't talked about him much. He's been strong, steady, and consistent for these first 15 laps. And I'll tell you what, Corey Fanning and Connor Souza just ran their fastest laps of the race. Looking for the green off of turn number 4. Souza looks him over, waves the green flag. The next Pit Stop legends roll on for the second half of this race as Johnson gets the run off at turn number 2.
Jake Johnson holds on to that lead as they race down through 3 and 4. Holderback falls into second. Here comes Luke Lebron down to the bottom for that second position. Holderback able to hold his line, but Lebron in the 27 all over his rear bumper. They hook up a little bit coming out of 2 and race into 3.
That was a battle for position on the inside. Look who's winding up that outside lane is Jordan Churchill in that white and black number 25. Rim riding that outside lane, evens up with Burns, takes over the 5th position, sets his sights on Reagan Parent in the number 17.
Out of turn number 4 they come. Johnson continues to lead. 5 car lengths or so over second place. The 38 of Connor Holderback. Single file throw your top 12. Battle back in the pack. There is Paul Newcomb. trying to make up some spots from his spin earlier on.
Field stretching itself out around the third mile. Take a little bit look at just inside the top 10. Brendan Hammond in the number 7 works the inside of Corey Fanning's number 18. They rolled out of the 3 and 4. Wade Emke gets the door slammed on him, and behind them Derek Lachocki working the outside lane, battling with the 42 of Mason Tessier. Tessier had his best finish in his career last Friday night, finishing up on the podium. 21 laps up on the board as Jake Johnson pulls away from the rest of the field.
Johnson opening up a serious lead as he rolls out of turn number 4. 8 laps to go this time by. Field spreading itself out just a little bit, especially in that top 5. A good amount of cushion between each position. Connor Holderback still in that second spot. Feeling the pressure from Luke Lebron, and Jordan Churchill closing down on Lebron out of 4.
Connor Scissors quietly worked himself up into the 6th position as he has gotten by Rowdy Burns. As you take a look up on the leaderboard, his number's not there yet, but he is closing in on the number 17 of Reagan Parrott. Heavy lap traffic to the 15 of Johnson. With 5 laps to go, slides off the corner, holding on to that number 1 spot.
Off the corner they come. Jake Johnson now. Couple lap down cars in between him and second place Connor Holderback. That's all he can ask for is some more room. Off the corner one more time. Jake Johnson leading the charge as Connor Holderback looks to weave through some lap down traffic.
Tightening up for that number 2 spot amid some lap traffic. That allows LeBron to close right up on the back bumper of Holderback with Churchill right there in tow as he takes a look to the outside. 3 laps to go. The battle raging on for the second position as Johnson has jetted out of the field with 2 laps to go.
Jake Johnson found his speed last week. It ended tough for him. He's got it back tonight. Down the back he goes with 2 to go into turn number 3 on an island of his own off turn number 4. White flag in the air for Jake Johnson.
A stark contrast from the event we had a week ago. This one, only a couple of cautions. Make it 3 hard hit down the front stretch. The 64 got sideways of Devin Deshays, and a hard hit from Corey Fanning with absolutely nowhere to go. The 79 of Wood down on the inside. The 03 just barely squeaked it through. And it'll be a green-white checker finish. Boy, me and my big mouth. I was just talking about what a stark contrast we had from last Friday night's event. Marred yellow under yellow. Tonight we had some great racing. This is the 3rd caution of the event, and this closes up the field. And ladies and gentlemen, this, as they say, can change everything. Johnson and Holderback, LeBron, Churchill, and Reagan, your top 5. Connor Souza has worked himself up to 6th. Burns will be 7th. Hammond 8th. Emke and Glachocki, your top 10. Now, we had a similar situation last Friday night. You remember that, Doug?
Yes.
With Jake Johnson on the point. A couple of different characters right around him. The 2 characters around him, the 2 cars he was battling with, are now running 4th and 5th. The 25 of Jordan Churchill, the 17 of Reagan Parrott. Well, on a green-white checker run, anything can happen.
Yeah, last week's finish did not quite show the results for a lot of the drivers who had a great run, and they have certainly made up for it this week. No surprise to see your top 5 the way it stands, and we'll see if Jake Johnson can take home this checkered flag.
brings it field down into the start box. They jump up on the throttle. A nice even start. And look at Holderback, hang tight, heading down into turn number 1.
Side by side through the corner. It's Johnson to the lead. Holderback down to the bottom in second with pressure from Lebron. Up on the outside is Jordan Churchill. White flag in the air for Jake Johnson.
Down in the tour corner, and the 13 goes around. Burns gets sideways. Everybody's able to avoid. Holy cannoli, that could have gotten ugly. Reagan spinning his number 39. He just clipped the 13 of Burns. But it doesn't look like there's any damage other than maybe a soiled seat in that number 39. But that was some heads-up driving by a lot of Legends drivers out there, because they squeezed by a sideways 13 right in the middle of the front straightaway. A flat left rear tire on the 39 of Reagan. And we'll try this again, green-white checkers style. Now what a run Connor Holderback got on that restart. Timed it absolutely perfectly to keep pace with Johnson down the front straightaway. But by the time they came off of turn number 2, Johnson was back in control. But one driver winding up that outside lane real well was Jordan Churchill, as he was closing right up on the 27 of Lebron for that third position.
So we'll try it again as they put the lineup back together. Jake Johnson speed, not something to joke about. That 15 took off.
He won the championship for this division back in 2016. Has run competitively with his late model, finishing third in the championship points in 2017. Rookie of the Year. 2018 saw him like the Pro Stock Rookie of the Year here at Seekonk with 2 feature wins then as well. Last year they went and competed with the Pro All-Star Series and ran very well there. This year, amidst everything that was going on, Jake wanted to run the Legend cars here at Seekonk weekly. Now he's traveled around a little bit, but this is where he still considers home. Field is set with 2 laps to go. Off the corner they come. Again, Holderback with a good jump, but not as good as Johnson, as LeBron fills the hole in down to the inside, takes away position number 2.
Off the corner they come down into turn number 3. It's Jake Johnson by a car length over Luke LeBron off the corner. White flag in the air for your leader, Jake Johnson.
Battle time down into turns 1 and 2. Johnson pulling away by 3 car lengths. Look at the battle for third. Reagan down to the inside of Holderback. Checkered flag is out. Johnson takes home the win. LeBron in for second. Reagan third. Connor Holderback fourth. And Jordan Churchill your top 5.
What a battle it was, and this time around it took 3 tries. 3, 2.
Yeah. I gotta thank Seekonk so much for getting the racings in this year. It means a lot to come back to my home track and get a win. I gotta thank everyone that helps, and I mean, there's a lot of people that help put this together behind the scenes, and I gotta thank everyone. I especially gotta thank Daffodil's Gift Shop on Diamond Mass, and I gotta thank my parents a lot too. Well, I mean, it's a lot less money and a lot less work, and sometimes it's a lot more fun too. So it's a lot of fun to come down. You know, I know everyone in the pits, and you know, it's more like family, and it's a good time, that's for sure. I guess a little bit of patience, you know, and using my head. And this car, we junked it pretty bad last week, but I spent the whole week putting it back together, and really gotta thank Chase Pistone for all that help and all the speed. Without him, I'd suck. So, yeah.
Congratulations. Welcome back up.
Yeah. Thank you.